Welcome back, everyone. This is Holydemonhero with his playthrough of the SevTech Ages mod. This time, I'm going to show off the hunting dimension. And you can see I've made a portal frame here. You can make the frame just like you do with the nether frame. And you use the hunting dimension wood to make it. To activate the portal, you use any type of sword and right-click it. And you can use the portal by standing in it and then hitting shift. And it can take a while to load when you do it the first time, just because it's going to be, creating the new terrain. And yeah, I noticed that the portal will always make monster sounds, so if you hear creepy sounds, don't be surprised. And yeah, you can see I already got a bunch of loot here, made myself a little base. And this area is, this dimension is pretty useful for farming. So it's always nighttime, which is why I made myself some totems that give dark vision. And I made myself a little outpost here with a fence, nothing too exciting. But if you need to get any type of material, this dimension is a good place for farming, again, because you have a lot of monsters spawning, and their drop rates are higher than your average monster. You also have some mobs here that don't spawn anywhere else. And you also seem to get more experience from the mobs. And again, it's always night time, so dark vision is very helpful because it just lightens up everything, but monsters will be continuously spawning. Okay, well, I know there are certain things you can do with the moss. If you get these moss types, you can actually change the biome that you're currently in, which causes different mobs to spawn. However, we have to first unlock some other things before you can get into that. And to get through the portal, again, you have to shift to get through. Okay, yeah, but so last time we made ourselves our beneath teleporter. And so we're going to jump in there, and I made myself a little base in the beneath. Ew, creepy sounds again. Yeah, when I first spawned in here, I was just in a tiny little room surrounded by rock, and it actually took me quite a bit of digging. I just started digging in every direction, and it turns out I was actually buried pretty deep underground. So I made myself a little tower to get out. And also lit up the area around me, because, well, the beneath is very dark, and the mobs that spawn here will have twice as much health as normal. And this dimension has a lot of, well, rocks, because you're deep underground. Now, what is very helpful is that you can find a whole bunch of different ore types, like black quartz, which we need for our advancement. We first have to take the ore and put it in a crusher, or millstone, anything to break it down. And that'll then help us for our water mill. Now, the black quartz can be found pretty much anywhere, but the other important ore is aquamarine. And that can only be found in the elevation of 150 and above. Okay, well, zombie snuck in here. You can see its health bar is massive. And as I mentioned last time, you have some weird creepy monsters that only spawn in the beneath. Shadow creatures, unlike the eldritch shadow creatures, these are actual just shadows. And they will spawn anywhere there isn't light. And yeah, I noticed that they will run away from light sources. So as long as you're in a lit up area, you'll be safe. But another monster that can spawn is the Gru, which is a reference to Zork. And Yeah, you can't beat the Gru. It spawns after a while when you're in complete darkness. You hear that creepy moaning, and then all of a sudden you take massive damage. And I think if you have dark vision, you can actually see it, but I haven't got to that point yet. But yeah, so I made myself this big, huge staircase because we needed to be at elevation 150 and above. So you can see with our plumb bob here, you can use it to see what elevation you're at with the y coordinate. We're at 155 here. And at this point, you'll start to have aquamarine spawning. So what I ended up using is just the dowsing rod. I would just look at the stone, every stone, go step by step. And if you find something, so I'm just going to put a block right here, it'll tell you found aquamarine ore. Hooray! One more thing to watch out is that silverfish spawn a lot more frequently than in the overworld. So, if you notice that a rock takes longer to mine than usual, that's because it's a silverfish nest. And chances are, if you break it, a bunch of silverfish around you will shoot out too. So we're just going to collect some of that aquamarine. And once you start advancing through other advancement levels, other ages, you will start to have more ores that spawn in the beneath as well. One thing that I find super useful is that, andesite, granite, and diorite spawns quite a bit as well, which I like to use a lot more than the just regular stone or stone bricks. I was a huge fan of Sonar Craft, which was in Sky Factory 3, because it added a whole bunch of different, just very basic building blocks that you use out of cobblestone and wood. But you could dye them a bunch of different colors, and then you could make a whole bunch of different variants of what they look like. So it was great for, making pathways and floors. Okay, let's see how much black quartz we have. I think I'll collect a few more black quartz, and maybe I'll be able to see a shadow creature. Collect these mushrooms too. Okay, Eddie shadow creatures. Hello. Oh, it's a zombie villager. Haven't seen one of those yet. Oh, sorry, don't got any golden apples and cure potions. Okay. Any shadow monsters? Ah! Okay, so you saw, there was nothing around me, but just standing in complete darkness, I start taking damage. And that's damage will start to increase bit by bit. Let's get around 32-ish, something in that range. any shadow creatures. And what is kind of interesting is that you can see like a very faint outline of them, but they are also like almost completely invisible. And they have a move that they shoot out a hand, which then you get a image that flashes across your screen of a hand, and it pulls you into the darkness. So you gotta be very careful if you're on ledges, because they might grab you off a ledge. Anything down here? Ooh, lots of mushrooms, that's right. Yes, this dimension is also really good for collecting mushrooms, because, well, going all the way to a swamp biome just for mushrooms. Rather just come here, collect them. I actually should have left like 1 or 2 behind to keep growing. Yeah, I think that's plenty. And yeah, eventually I'm going to continue building the tower higher and higher up, because if you look all the way above us, there's another layer. But yeah, I'm going to have to first mine a whole lot more granite for that. So let's head back through the portal. Also, something to watch out for with the hunting portal is that very rarely, sometimes monsters will come through. It hasn't happened very often. I think it's like it happened twice since I built it, and those both times zombies. So I don't know if creepers actually spawn through. I'm kind of a little worried about that. But okay, so we're going to get here some of these, throw them in there, and also going to use the millstone, because the millstone should also be able to make them. So yeah, the crushed black quartz is what we need. And actually, did it pop any advancements? Oh no, I actually didn't get the black quartz. I got the crushed black quartz. Huh. Let me just check real quick. So wait. Then how do I get just quartz? Aha, you have to cook the crushed black quartz to get it. Okay. Carry on, horse. As I caught an owl. And fortunately you can't tame them, but you can breed them with spider eyes. Apparently they will attack spiders on sight. Aha! Alright. So we got our quartz and our aquamarine. And the aquamarine is what you need to make parchment. The quartz is what you need to make axles. And so we're going to go ahead and make some axles. So we need some hemp rope. Then we need hemp fibers. I should have some of those. To get hemp fibers, you just stick hemp in the millstone. And there we go, hemp rope. Oop. Aha! There we go. We got the Axle F, and what are we doing? And that is because I made a water wheel. I'll actually show off the crafting recipe for that. And let's see, where did I leave that? Did I leave it in here? Yes, there it is. Okay. That's right. I left it with the saw. Okay, so quick look at the crafting recipe. You need to make a copper gear, which you make from a stone gear and copper plates, and the stone gear you make from wooden one and stone, and the stone one you can make, the wooden one you can make from glue and planks. The wheel, or the wooden blades, you just make from wood slabs and glue, or you can use other slime things, but I just use the glue because it's most readily available. And that's, well, how you make the water wheel. Now, okay, I haven't gotten around to... Let me sleep through the night first. I tried playing around with this, making a water wheel and putting an axle on it. And let's see, it's right here. So let's see if I can get it. Nope. This would be 5 by 5. Okay. Aha, there we go. Okay, so the water has to be flowing alongside one of the wheels. And that is actually something you could use the aqueducts for. Alright, well, let's try it like... Nope, that would be too close, so right here. No, okay. 5 by 5. One more. There we go. Aha! And the water wheel turns! Hooray! Wait, why do I have a second water wheel? Oh, that's weird. It duplicated it? Okay, that must be a glitch. Okay, well, I have now the water wheel, and you can attach an axle to that. Which I have to go and make another axle. Which, do I have enough to make it? I need more hemp rope for that. Okay. So attach the thing there, and the saw works. All right, awesome. So finally we have our saw working, and if you walk into it, you actually take a little bit of damage, and there's blood. Haha. So yeah, gotta watch out. with that. Probably going to make a better place to, proper workplace for that, but just for right now, it's fine. It's fine the way it is. Mulberry. There we go. All right. So one of the items that we need to saw up is going to be mulberry wood. Now, mulberry trees you can find all throughout the world. Let's see. Oh, did I cut them all down? Okay. Well, the leaves look kind of similar to the yellow leaves from the autumn forest, but the wood is also more yellowish. And when you... Oh, look at that. Look at how quick that is. Okay, so now we have already advanced a part where we don't have to use chopping blocks anymore. This saw can do all of the wood cutting that we need, but for right now we need mulberry bark. So we got all that bark, and then we're going to need some water. Let me just get here. Bloop. Oh, okay. Also going to store some of all that. There we go. Haha. So now that we have the bark, we add it into a basin, all 4 of it, and just swirl it around. You can also do this crafting recipe in your inventory with a full water bladder, but this way it's just a lot quicker, and you don't use as much water. Doo-doo-doo. Oh no, get in there. Okay. So after swirling it in the basin, it turns into soaked bark, which you put on a drying rack. And that'll take a few moments to dry. Doesn't show the progress bar. And some versions of it shows the progress of how long the drying process is in. I don't know if that's something you unlock later. We'll see. We'll find out. Okay. Let me clean up my inventory a bit. Stone swords. Yeah, that's odd. I didn't expect to get like a duplicate of the water wheel. I have no idea how I did that, but I'm not going to question it. Okay. Come on, drying rack. Come on, drying rack. Let's see. Takes 2 minutes. I guess in the meantime I will continue to churn up some more of the bark in the basin. Basin bark. Aha! There we go. So, now that we got 4 pieces of it, you take the 4 pieces and you put them in your crafting bar, which gives you a mulberry sheet. And the mulberry sheet then goes into a press. And the horse starts pressing it. Good horse. And we get 1 washi. And the washi is used to make stuff that I have difficulties pronouncing, but it also makes parchment. And that's what we want to make. That's why we've got the aquamarine. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've been actually still keeping my horses around because you can breed horses together to get better stats, and you know, even though you don't ride them, because we now have these fancy wild dog pelt boots, a faster horse will actually take less time to use those horse-powered presses and grinders, so it actually is useful. Okay, come on. Come on, we're so close. Let's see, the Shoji and Fusuma, what does that do? I have no idea. And that, no idea. And it requires something, which I'm guessing is bamboo. Yay. I do like that little ding sound when it's complete. Nope, nope. There, 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha! It has completed. There we go. Okay. Now just need to press it real quick. Do your thing, horse. Press it real good. Alright. And let me just sleep real quick. And now we can go ahead and turn the aquamarine into parchment. Hooray! Parchment! And that's our first little dip into the Astral Sorcery mod. So yeah, great. Even more magics. Which, let's see. The next part would be to make a sorcery journal, which I believe is also made with aquamarine. And we need 3 of them, the parchment, and a plant cloth. So I've been actually... Oh, let me finish this up real quick. I've been holding on to all the plant fibers that I'm collecting just randomly because, you know, they do have some uses. One of them is to make plant cloth, which you make from plant twine. You put 9 of them in a crafting grid, like that. Where'd I get this from? Don't want that. Oh, wait, okay. And all that together, you get your Astral Tome. And wow, okay. That opens up our new magic path. So now we have Eldritch magic, we have blood magic, and we have star magic. That's a lot of magic types. That's not even including just the base Minecraft stuff. What else we gotta do? We gotta link the stars, make a luminous crafting table. What do you need to make for that? Oh, wow. So yeah, it's a Necronomicon ritual, and we will need marble for that. So marble, reinforced slates, which you make from blank slate and 2,000 life points. Okay. All right. Do I have any left over? Nope. I'm gonna have to go ahead and make more of those runes. Or, I guess, slates. Nope. There it is. Haha, my stabby knife. Come on, there we go. And I didn't really talk about this last time, but if you look inside, the blood that is inside the altar is actually indicative of how much you have. So, nope, didn't want to do that. If you have more blood in the fountain, that means there is more life points stored up. So when it's full, I think I'm just barely below the full thresh point. That means then the altar is full of life points. Let's see, can we get it full? So there we go. So that means it's full now. And any additional blood we put in there is actually a total waste. So, I'm going to stop that. Alright, come on. This should upgrade the blank slate into reinforced slate. Yep, there we go. Do that again. And have myself a little snack of horse meat. All my nutritions, yep, those are still good. Alright, there we go. Reinforced slate. So marble. Should get from Astral Sorcery. Let me just check. If we can just use the normal marble blocks that we've been finding so far. Like that marble. I'm going to try, but I am not sure. If I go... Yep, it seems to work out. Okay. So, let us then head into our Eldritch Altar temple. Yes. One thing I changed from last time, because I didn't want to keep going up there to charge my Necronomicon, because, well, as you can see, lightning has destroyed a few blocks. I made these energy collectors. It's safe? Okay. Yeah, so we have some energy collectors here, which work just like the pedestals and altars. And the energy collectors will collect the energy, and if you have an adjacent energy relay, it will shoot that relay in a direct line into another energy receptacle. So energy collectors, pedestals, and this way you can make kind of like a network of energy. So all that energy is then shot down here into the pedestal. That's why I don't have to keep going all the way up top to collect the energy. Okay, so we're gonna set up the switch roll right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then the marble there and there. And now to invoke the Eldritch power. Oh, nope. Whoops. Ah, shift click. Shift right click, that's right. There we go. Yes. Yes. Consume the energy. Give me the astral crafting table. Haha! Luminous crafting table acquired. And we have entered into age number 2! Hooray! Let me show off here the network. Then you see the energy relays are shooting the energy down there. And now I don't have to go up there, hooray! So let's see what we've unlocked. Age 2. Alright, got a whole bunch of new stuff here. Like the in-between lens. More tinker stuff. And then more astral glass. Awesome. Alright. Oh, actually that took quite a bit. So I'm going to leave my tome in there for a while. And now that we've acquired, or we've entered into a new age, it might have affected the mobs and ores that spawn. So do you want to, keep an eye out? Things do change. And then I'll go finish up these little things next time. But yeah, so I just want to take another look at this glorious water wheel and saw. Ah, so beautiful. I don't have to stand there with an axe chopping it, a chopping block. Ah, it's so fast. Well, thank you all for following my videos and continue watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode as well, and I'll be seeing you in next time. Goodbye!